Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Coffee Chat. I'm Liway Cabrera, your host for today. And for this episode, we will be talking about a really new organization here in Ipoh and surrounding areas, which is called the Willow Family Resource Center. And we are pleased here today to have Sarah Friesen, the president of Willow Family Resource Center. So welcome.
Thank
and
you
thank
so
you for
much.
coming.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. So before we start, can you share a little bit about yourself, like your personal and professional background?
Yes, yeah. I grew up in BC area and then I moved to Calgary for school. I did my degree in child and youth care counseling at Mount Royal University in Calgary. And then 2 years ago, I moved here with my husband. And my background is in the social services, and I currently now work at the Western Manitoba Women's Center as a gender-based violence counselor, and then I'm volunteering my time with Willow Family Resource Center as one of the board members.
Oh, okay, good to know. Yeah, and thank you for sharing your personal story and your professional background. Yeah, it's good to know about that, and also. I didn't know that you're a volunteer here for this organization.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we're a volunteer-based organization. So there are 6 of us right now on the board, and we are all volunteers and really just putting in the hard work to create the organization and get it up and running. So it's been a joy to be in a wonderful group of women.
Yeah. Who came up with this idea? Maybe, if you want to share it.
One of my close friends and coworkers, Kayla and I, her name is Kayla Sampson. She is the vice president on the board at Willow Family Resource Center. And she grew up in the area of Carberry and then left to go and get her degree in psychology. And then she came back to Carberry, and it really came from her expressing her heartbeat of wanting families to have access to the resources that she saw in the city when she was away. And then from me, I came from Calgary, where there's lots of access to different resources. And once I moved here, the two of us really connected, and we started having some conversations about what support could look like for families in the area. And so it really was kind of birthed out of a place of wanting families to have that access to the supports that are in bigger urban centers. And from there, we grew, and once we connected with some other like-minded individuals who really have seen the need for support for families. Christine Robinson joined in. She grew up in the area, and she now has children and grandchildren, and so she knows a lot about what it's like to raise a family without the access to the same supports in a city. And then we were joined as well by Stacy Riddock, who also has raised children and knows the struggles of what it can be like without community. And so her heartbeat came in, and we grew from there to really connect others with others and really build the community as a whole.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have 4 board members,
Yes, we actually have 6, so then we grew as well from Stacy to Esther Duncan Williams, who lives in Nipawa and is a social worker in Gladstone. She works in Gladstone. And then Brandy Falk as well, again another individual in Nipawa who really has a heartbeat for seeing the community grow and thrive. So we have 6 board members in total. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And you have like committees or in that board or
Yeah. So we each have our different positions, and it's been really amazing. As we are all volunteers, it's been the hard work of the board and our collaborative efforts to build the organization to where it is now, and as we continue to grow from here.
Good to know. Yeah, and maybe if you could share a little more about the vision, mission, goals of the organization.
Yeah. I'll start with sharing a little bit about our values. Kayla and I sat down and really worked out some of our values before bringing it towards the rest of the board. And the values are really the heartbeat of our organization. It's what drives everything that we do, and we work from that place. So we have 4 values. We have the value of safety. This means physical, emotional, mental safety. That as we grow as an organization, that Willow would be a safe place to ask for help and to be yourself, whatever that means to you. Yeah. And then we have the value of adventure. And so this really means that we both encourage each individual who accesses supports or programs to go beyond their comfort level and to grow and to really grasp that growth mindset. But it also means for us as an organization that we are wanting to try to do new and different things than what has been done in the past. And we're willing to take those adventures as they come. So that's our second value. And then our third value is co-creation. And this is one personally that I really connect with. This is the desire for communities to co-create with Willow Family Resource the supports that they need. So everything that we do is really based in understanding the communities that we're working in right now, both Nipawin and Carberry and surrounding areas. And this means that every individual's voice, whether it's a young person all the way up through the elderly, that their voice is heard and valued, and it builds into the programs that we build. And then our last one is hope. And this one really means that we shift from a fear mindset into that growth mindset that we can really heal at any time. And so we believe that there's always hope that can break through. So those are our values. And then our mission is that it takes a village to grow a family. Our mission is to create a safe place for the village to strengthen, connect, and grow.
Okay. So when it comes to supports or services that you would like the families to access, is it focused mainly on mental health, or there are other wide variety of services that you would like to help?
So we have just founded in the last 8 months, so we're just at the beginning. And our main focus is around community strengthening, mental health, and relationships, and really providing the supports that families need. Right now, our main focus is really understanding more about what the communities are expressing that they need. We just finished a program in Carberry for youth drop-in, where that was a really awesome and successful programming to provide that safe place for youth to land after school. And we got some really awesome feedback from the youth that they really felt like it was a place where they could be themselves and connect with others and grow in their friendships. And then we've done 2 health nights in Nipawin so far as well. But the main focus has been meeting with local social service providers to understand what they're doing, so that we're not duplicating any services, but that we're collaborating with them in a good way, so that we can support each other to support the community.
So far with that Carberry event that you held, did you get any feedback also from them, like what other services that they would like to receive?
A big piece that we are really excited about is in Carberry, we are working towards opening up what we're calling our safe space. It's our office space and community drop-in place, where families can come in and ask questions, and they can get some help with some advocacy and system navigation. This is something that we've heard both from families and local service providers, is that families really need that help with knowing where to go for help or how to access the supports that are out there. I think sometimes the supports are there, but it's hard to know who to call or which form to fill out, and how to move forward with taking those concrete steps. So our drop-in space will be that place where you can book appointments and sit with somebody to ask questions, and they can help fill out forms, make phone calls, and really provide that one-on-one support.
and it's open to everyone. Like, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I think families come in all shapes and sizes, and we see that families really, what a family means is what a family means to you. Sometimes there's that chosen family, sometimes that's your biological family, but that covers everybody.
Everybody, yeah. Like there's no requirements or eligibility for you to. Okay.
No, there is no cutoff.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that's interesting to know because me as a newcomer, before when I came here, I don't know how to like navigate the different services that are available. So it's important that a specific organization would be able to help you to navigate those services, especially with the children.
Yes, and something that we really saw and what really built our drive to create Willow was there's a lot of supports in the urban centers, whether that's Portage or Winnipeg or Brandon, but oftentimes you have to travel to those places, and we recognize that's just not an option for a lot of families. There is a barrier to transportation, so we really want to help to bring those organizations to Carberry and Nipawa to meet the families right where they're at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like providing transportation service. Do you plan to do that, or?
Hopefully, we're a big piece of that co-creation value is helping the larger nonprofits and social services to actually travel into the communities, and then for families to meet at our spaces. Yeah.
That would be a good one too.
Yes, yeah.
Do you already have like plans for that, or?
We do. Yeah. We do have some plans for some organizations to come on out and host some workshops and some social services as well. But you'll have to follow us on social media to see when those come out.
There are no specific dates yet.
Not yet.
Okay. Okay. So you were mentioning about like you were gathering information or researching about the needs of the community. So based on your maybe visits here in Nipawa, what have you? Did you receive any feedback from the Nipawa community already?
Yes, So another one of our goals is to conduct a more formal needs assessment so that we have some more concrete data of what this specific community is needing. But in speaking with some social service providers and key individuals, we've learned that there's a real need for that mental health help and for deeper connection within the community to each other. If you are new to the community or if you have been here for a long time, a lot of people spoke about feeling isolated and feeling like that they don't know where to go to meet people or where to have events, or they really want that connection to the community. And part of that helps to build a healthy mental health. And yeah, that's a big piece of what we're looking at. Some other themes that have popped up include figuring out where to ask for help, similar to what we talked about earlier. When hard things come your way, knowing who to call, where to go, things like that. Yeah, and another aspect is really figuring out how to support your children through different challenges that they might be going through, whether that's figuring out how to have hard conversations with your teens, or knowing what to do with the ever evolving technology that your kids are interacting with, or things like anxiety with your children, and other things like that, where just some of those questions where families feel like they could just use that extra support.
Yeah, good to know. Yeah, so there are a lot. So, in terms of the services that you provide, you already have done some things for the past 8 months that you've been existing. What are those?
So for the first 8 months, we've really worked hard on establishing ourselves as an organization, which means we are a registered nonprofit, and figuring out how we have healthy rhythms as a board and volunteers, building our policies and procedures, things like that. And then a big piece has been meeting with those social service providers to learn a little bit of the landscape of the Westman area. And then the youth drop-in program in Carberry, which was running every Monday since the new year. That was a really, really beautiful program. And then 2 health nights in Nipawa to have some open conversations about your health, your physical health. And we have been building our office space. We have a new office space in Carberry, and then we've been running a few fundraisers. So that's a little bit of what we've been up to over the last 8 months. Yeah, we've been busy.
Yeah, been very busy. Yeah. Yeah. So do you plan to also expand not only to Carberry and the Nipawa area? Yeah. Do you plan to do that as well? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So we really want to maximize the strengths of each community. So we recognize space is limited in rural areas, and while we do have our space in Carberry, and we're very excited to open that up shortly for advocacy. We also really want to maximize the spaces that the communities already have. So with our health nights, we ran those in partnership with Arts Forward in their beautiful space. And there's lots of other community spaces in Nipawa that we'll be popping up in. And hopefully we will eventually have a permanent location in Nipawa, but that is a barrier that there is not a lot of access to spaces. And then in Carberry, we also maximize the community spaces that already exist. So our youth drop-in ran in their community hall, and we are very thankful to use that space and want to continue those partnerships with places like the libraries and the other spaces that already are here and that people are comfortable with.
Okay. So those activities that you do in Carberry, it's also open to other areas or just to Carberry residents?
It is open. We do. One of our heartbeats is to offer things right where people are, so we do want to offer as much programming to both communities as possible moving forward. But if folks are wanting to drive out and transportation is not an issue, they are welcome to do so. Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Anything else that we missed and weren't able to discuss that you would like to mention or?
I think it is just really a beautiful honor to learn more about the community and everything that all of the social services are already doing, and we just really want to partner with those organizations and with the community as a whole to really fan into flame what is already happening, and that is that the community really, both Nipawa and Carberry, they really want to support each other, and we just hope to be that place where families can support each other.
And are you also looking for more volunteers or
Yes, we are. So as an organization, we're going through a strategic planning process where we are working on figuring out how we can expand, and part of that will be asking for volunteers to join our workforce and to help us to offer programs that the community has identified that they want and that they need. And so if you can follow us on social media, our handle is Willow FRC, or you can find our website online if you look up Willow Family Resource Center, and there's lots of updates on both of those platforms of how you can be involved.
Yeah, I also saw on because I checked your website that you are doing like a survey also there, like they can submit their feedback or any suggestions that they would like. You want to mention that?
We absolutely have a form you can fill out there. Upcoming, we will also have, we're doing a fundraiser in Carberry on March 21st. That's this Saturday. It's a coffee shop pop-up. If you've seen those around town, that's one of our main fundraisers. And at that fundraiser, we'll have a booth where you can write out what you think the community needs. So you can either go on our website or you can visit us at our fundraiser and write out what you need. And stay tuned for some more formalized focus groups and things like that, where you can voice what you think that the community would really benefit from.
Okay, wow. Thank you
Yeah.
so much,
Yeah.
Sarah, for coming, and thank you for everything that you do. I think for during these times when the like the many things are happening and the cost of living is really high. It's difficult for the families, and supports like this are very important for our community. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me
Yeah.
on. And I think that's a really good point. That's something I didn't mention, but all of our programs, we are very passionate about having as barrier-free as possible. And that means that all of our programs are free of cost for families, because we know the cost of living is going up, and it is hard to find things for both yourself and your kiddos to do that is free. It's a challenging thing. So we really want to be a part of connecting people without barriers. So thank you for having me on.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sarah. And thank you everyone for watching us today. And if you would like to connect with the Willow Family Resource Center, you can check their social media and their website. Okay, so thank you, and we hope to see you again on our next episode of Coffee Chat.